However, if someone else makes me a sandwich, I do not care. But if I have to make a decision about which way I'm going to cut a sandwich, that's just the decision I'm going to make. For me, simple, easy. That's the way. I don't really ever hear people say that they like it this way. They're always like the fancy way. It is just so good. Mm. You saw that I cleaned the headliner. It dried. It's back in. It looks awesome. I cleaned all of the handles and visors and everything. So pillars, all that. Seats are kind of amazing. It's getting closer. I won't let him on the seats. I'm so mean. Such a meanie. The covers off of all the switches. I'm going to go grab some sandpaper and kind of sand out some of these scuffs and then just like matte, flat, black them. So that's the plan. Much better. And if you want to get real fancy, once they're all dry, you can panel prep them and ceramic coat them, which is what I did in my track car, like the whole dash and everything. But much better. That's that. Moving on. I'm so pleased. I cleaned every little teeny tiny thing. I replaced the bulbs and the dome lights and everything, so everything works. There's like a wiring thing I thought was a fuse, which was a fuse. That's why the window switches wouldn't work. They work now. And put new bulbs in the brake lights. They work now. The only thing I'm waiting on now is the shift knob. I ordered a brand new OEM shift knob, and I didn't realize I ordered the one for the auto shifter, not the manual shifter. So I do go ahead and order that, like the whole OEM look. I've got the OEM antenna. I'm so pleased with how clean this is. The steering wheel, so nice. Oh my gosh.
I mean, you can reach it, but this one here replaces it. Pulling that is a pain in the ass. It looks like.
These get messed up really easy too.
So, but this has coolant running through it, and so we'll have to drain it. Somebody to someone, I wanna be somebody to someone.
Imagine that.
No, I don't like imagining that. What? In the way it's attached?
Like the sizing is there's no consistency.
Yeah.
And I just got the front lip off. I'm going to put this on the front lip too. I did both the side skirts. Looking good.
Back. No wires are under it. It's a little bit of a pain here. Come on. Take this out. I don't want to cut it though. Come on, we'll get around it. You pull out the old wire stretcher.
You want me to get it?
Nope. That was a joke.
No, I said, do you want me to get something to pull this out?
Oh, okay.
I didn't finish what I was saying. Okay, I'm not a total moron.
You're not a moron at all. All right, let that one sit for a minute. I'm gonna wash my hands off.
Okay, I gotta get back to what I'm doing. I am just over here putting this on the front lip. So I'm taking the track car to go pick up my oldest daughter. The air is like blowing. Anyway, I have a race tomorrow, and I think I've driven this car twice, maybe in the last month. So, like, seat time. So I'm taking a break from work, stopping for the day probably, other than like some cleanup. I have a race tomorrow, and I need to actually be ready to leave really early in the morning. So I'm coming through this real quick, checking everything, making sure that fuel, oil's good, coolant's good, everything's good. I'm gonna vacuum it out. Slap my magnets on the side, although I think I'm just gonna drive it. Like, it's like a little over an hour to get to the race, but I think it'll be fine. So I think I'll just drive it. And I'm not even worried about the trailer or anything tomorrow. And so I'll take the magnets off and slap them back on when we get there. Easy peasy, right? I've been so busy, guys. Starting a business is no joke. My gosh. But we made actually a ton of progress today, so. Model the car. Okay. What are you doing?
Watching YouTube shorts.
Not sleeping.
You did! And then she said, I'm gonna horse you again. Which made no sense!
Go for it, bro.
So the autocross event was super fun. I didn't really do that great, but I still had a good time. And that's kind of the point of it. Like, just go out and have fun. And anyone that wants to can. Like, as long as you have the right helmet and your battery's tied down good, you have seatbelts that work. You can just take your car, grocery getter, daily, doesn't matter. You can go have fun. So that's the point of it. Had a good time. Didn't drive super well. I also didn't change my tires, and I knew that I needed to, and I didn't. I just didn't have time. Like, every moment of the day's been this, then this, then this, then this. You know. So my tires were super slick. I was the last heat of the day, so super hot and slick, and I lost traction really, really easily. Also, my car kept cutting out. I think it was fuel because it was after my first hard brake and turn on the course. It just my foot is staying steady on the throttle and I'm just cutting out. Like, you can just like bogging down, cutting out. And then would regain and go. So I think maybe the fuel sloshing too much, but I had 3/4 of a tank, which I wouldn't have thought would have been too much of a problem, but it was. So bugs to iron out, experience to gain. We had 5 runs, which was great because last time we only had 3 runs per class per heat. This time we had 5. So I was excited about that. And I was like improving a little bit. 5th run, I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is my line. I kind of honed in on it. Like, this is where I want to go. This is where I want to turn. This is where I want to brake. Like, that whole. Was doing great. And then we came to a hard brake and turn, like right up where the announcement trailer was. And I don't know, I felt like my foot just slipped off the brake, but maybe the brake just didn't exist because it was so slick. I'm not sure. But there was no braking. Like, it started to brake and then just I went through the cones. I came to a stop, didn't hit the trailer or people or anything, so that was good. I was kind of bummed because I was like, oh, that wasn't the run I wanted. I wanted that one to be better. I had like a number in mind I wanted to hit and I didn't hit it. So, oh well. But I'll just go again next time. There isn't really an excuse other than, like, I just have to gain more experience. I need more seat time. I need to drive better. I need to iron out my car's bugs and actually get seat time in the car that I'm using. But this is what it is. Doing my best right now with starting a business. It's kind of hard sometimes to like juggle it and actually do all the things. But I will get my tires changed for next time at the least, and hopefully mist them between between runs in my heat. You know what I mean. Anyway, just gotta get better. That's all. It's the motivation, right? If we're just good instantly, it's not all that exciting. So maybe it is. No. Part of the joy is the journey and the growing, right?